let's just start with a little bit background information about yourself, your age, your gender, what sport, and your name.
All right, I'm Francie Berrigan, Director of Professional Tennis Management. I am in my 30s and female, and yeah, I've been working at Methodist since my 13th year.
Okay. So today the purpose of this interview is for my sports marketing. We're having like a research project kind of a thing. We have to get different interviews of people in the sports marketing field.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just start with the first question. Please talk about a marketing decision that you previously made that you kind of feel disappointed about.
Okay. I figured I'll go with one from when I worked for USTA, North Carolina, and we decided to do a big marketing and promotional plan for taking tennis to the ballpark. So we hit every minor league stadium and every minor league team in North Carolina, and had 1 month where we had a tennis day for each game, or each team had one game that we did a tennis day for. And we did like the 7th inning stretch in between innings where we did bucket head and tennis relays and fun things like that on the field so everybody could see tennis. And then we did a booth and a little 36-foot net where people could actually try out and hit some foam balls back and forth and give out flyers and things like that. The reason why it didn't work very well was it was so general. Like, I mean, people seeing tennis relays during a 7th inning stretch didn't really have a huge impact.
Yeah.
And I think if we would have been promoting a sport like pickleball or pop tennis that people don't know about, it would have brought that awareness as to, oh, that's a new sport, you know, when you look at the equipment and let me see what it's all about. But people already know what tennis is, so
Yeah.
we were a little off in that marketing campaign because they already know about the sport. We needed to be more direct as far as opportunities for them to play.
Okay. And does the event that you run, does it still like bother you a little bit, or? Yeah.
Well, I mean, with my current job, obviously, I'm in the tennis industry, so the more tennis players, the better of an impact, or the better it is for all of us in the tennis industry. So, probably a missed opportunity to get a lot more players with the amount of money we spent back then. It was a lot of money to sponsor every minor league team in one game, and then travel with staff and do all the events and the prizes and everything. And so, I have no doubt we could have thousands and thousands more players if we had come up with a better plan. But at the time, we thought it was cool,
Oh, yeah.
baseball and travel and all that stuff. So it sounded good.
So at the time, you were convinced that it was like a good decision?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we were sitting around the table thinking, oh, this is so cool. We have, actually, yeah, John can handle that. We have, a great plan to steal all the baseball players and bring them to tennis, but I really don't think them watching relays for 2 minutes would steal them away from the sport. Like I said, they already know what tennis is, so it kind of was not productive.
True. Were there any constraints or different variables about the decision that you had to go through?
The financial, yes,
Okay.
being able to afford it, because like I said, it was very costly. I can't remember the exact amount, but I think it might have been $500 per team, and there's a lot of minor league teams in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
The scheduling to fit all that in a month and have our travel for our staff, it was more of a missed opportunity than what our staff could have been doing and could have been doing with those financial resources. Although it was fun and it was nice and everybody enjoyed, playing silly tennis games, it was more just about the opportunity cost and what we missed.
Okay. And when you did this project, did you work with other people on it, or were you solely your decision?
We had a team of 3. I was the director of community development, the director of marketing, and then our supervisor. We all came up with it together and implemented it, as well as a couple other staff members helping us for the actual events.
Okay. And did you think your team members' opinions and input, did it kind of influence like what you thought, or did you think differently than they did?
No, we were all on board. It seemed like a great idea. And about halfway through, we decided we were exhausted from traveling, and that people were having a lot of fun, but we weren't convinced that they were going to start playing tennis because of our efforts. So we started rethinking it. But once we were committed, we had to finish it out and pay the bills and all that good stuff.
Yes. And at that time, how confident were you in the decision that you made?
How confident? I mean, we thought it was great.
10 out of 10?
Yeah, but there were better things we could have done. I was
Okay.
young.
When did you realize that you were kind of unhappy with the decision, or you realized it didn't really work?
Like I said, about halfway through, we started getting tired and grumpy because of the
Mm.
travel, and then we started realizing that people were kind of just using us for the free T-shirts and the Kansas tennis balls we were throwing out to the crowd, as opposed to actually being interested in the sport itself.
Yes. So if you were asked to redo it, like
Mhm.
redo the event, how would you go about it differently?
Well, I think if you added up the numbers, it was probably about a $15,000 venture. And I do think, although I no longer work there, I think they're doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing now. They're devoting those resources and more to beginner programs and supporting um, the players through very, very reduced cost rackets. Tennis is an exclusive sport, or known as an exclusive sport, where sometimes you have to be a member of the country club to play. USD North Carolina is trying to implement these beginner programs like Parks and Rec and different things, and providing the financial resources to get pros to actually run more beginner programming.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's more beneficial with the marketing efforts they're doing to promote that and giving people the price break and the pros the incentives so they can actually try the sport itself rather than getting on a baseball field and running a relay.
Yeah.
So I think they've got it now. It just might have taken about 15 years, but a lot of that was my fault, and we steered away from tennis and focused on baseball, which wasn't the smartest decision.
Okay. Okay, well that's all the questions that I have for you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.